Assalamu alaikum students. I hope you are in good spirits today. Yesterday we discussed the two important questions of the lesson, the last lesson. I hope you have understood the questions and their answers. Today we will discuss the remaining questions and their answers. So let's start with the next question. That is, the historical background of this story touches on the Franco-Prussian War. What can we infer about the aftermath of the war from the context of the story? So the lesson asks about the background of the war that was fought between France and Prussia. And the question is asking about what happened. Aftermath is something that is the result of something else. So whatever happened after the war, how did it affect the people, and how does the story tell us about what happened after the war? The story is not telling us directly about the war and its effects, but still it is about the war and its effects. So what can we infer, or what information can we get from the story about what happened after the war of between France and Prussia? So again, we will start our lesson with the introductory paragraph that is about the theme of the lesson. We have already discussed that paragraph, so I will just read the paragraph. The last lesson is a gently ironic story and at the same time patriotic tale of a schoolboy who learns too late the value of his native language. It brings to light the nationalistic feelings of the French people as portrayed through two persons, an old school master, Monsieur Hamel, and his young student, Franz, the writer himself. So, the story highlights the importance of general education and national language for the independence of a nation. The more a language spreads, the more the culture of its speakers spreads. Moreover, the historical background of the story also deals with the Franco-Prussian War and its adverse effects on the freedom of France. It so happened that the Prussians, after occupying the French region of Alsace and Lorraine in 1871, ordered the replacement of French by German language. So the story tells us that the Prussians, when they conquered the two French regions, the names of the regions were Alsace and Lorraine, and the year when they conquered these regions was 1871. So when they conquered these regions, they ordered the French people to use German language. So they were deprived of using their mother language even in their own country. Deprived means taken. When something is taken away from somebody, that is called deprived, yani mehroom ho jana. So they were deprived of their mother tongue in their own country. They could not use their own language in their own country. The purpose of the enemy was to destroy the language, culture, and identity of the French people. So what was the purpose of the enemy? They wanted the French people to learn German language so that they would become German instead of French, and they will forget that they were French, and they will become German people and will never fight for freedom. Now they realized the importance of their language, culture, and freedom, which they had never realized before. So, when their language was taken away, their freedom was taken away, then they realized the value of their language, their culture, and their freedom. When they had those things, they did not realize their importance to such extent. But when those things were taken away, then they realized how important those things were for them. They also realized how much loss they had caused to themselves by ignoring their language. So first realization was that their culture, language and freedom were important. The second realization was that they have caused harm for themselves because they had ignored their own language. Hence, this war made the French people aware of their own weaknesses and blunders. So, this war made them realize what weaknesses they had and what mistakes they made. So, this realization led them to rectify those mistakes and they tried to fight for their freedom again. They learned the lesson from their mistakes and again took control of the occupied regions in 1945, 44, 45. So they learned from their mistakes, and after some years, they fought back and they freed their own regions and they became free people again. So, national language or the aftermath of the war caused them to realize their weaknesses. It caused them to realize the importance of their language and culture, and which led them to fight against their occupiers and they became free again. So this was the third question. I hope it is clear to you. If there are any difficult points, difficult words, or any portion that you do not understand, do not hesitate to ask. The next question is draw a character sketch of Mr. Hamel as a teacher. So in this question, you are asked to describe Mr. Hamel as a teacher. His qualities as a teacher, what type of teacher he was, and how he taught his students. Let's move on to the answer. In the last lesson, Daudet is the writer of the lesson, has portrayed the character of his French teacher, Mr. Hamel, in a very befitting manner. Befitting means that it he described his character completely and clearly. It is through his character that the theme of the story has been conveyed. So Mr. Hamel's character actually conveys the theme of the lesson or the story. It is the Mr. Hamel who actually describes the main points or main message of the lesson. We can discuss the qualities of his character in the following way. So let's discuss his qualities or the qualities of his character. Firstly, he was a very hardworking and diligent teacher. Diligent means the person who works to a great extent. He had been teaching the French language for 40 years. He tried to improve the knowledge of his students about their native language in the best possible way. He stressed the need to work hard and use the time properly. So, what was his first quality? That he was hardworking and diligent. He wanted to improve the knowledge of his students and he told them how important hard work and proper use of time are. He wanted his students to be hardworking and to not to waste their time in useless activities. Secondly, he strictly believed in discipline. He always maintained discipline in his classes. He carried an iron ruler under his arm so as to punish the defaulters. So, what was his second quality? That he maintained discipline in his class. He did not tolerate unruly behavior. He did not tolerate indiscipline from his students. He wanted them to be disciplined and regular in their work and in their classes. So his first quality was that he wanted his students to become hardworking and use their time properly. And the second quality was that he wanted discipline in his classes and he maintained discipline in his classes. Thirdly, Mr. Hamel was a true patriot. Patriot means the person who loves his country. So Mr. Hamel loves his country very much. He loved his country, countrymen, and his native language. He advised the boys to love their language if they wanted to live free. So the first quality of Mr. Hamel was that he was a good teacher. He taught his students the importance of hard work and value of time. The second was that he maintained discipline in his classes, and the third quality was that he was a patriot. He loved his country and he told his students how important their language and their freedom were. If they wanted to live free, then they should learn their own language. Fourthly, he was an optimistic lover of his language. Optimistic means someone who is hopeful that his language can solve the problems of his nation. He told his listeners in his last lesson that the French people could regain their independence through the power of their language. It is the only key that can unlock the prison of slavery at any time. So that was his fourth quality, that he loved his language and he was optimistic that his language can bring freedom for his people. So the first quality was that he was a good teacher and he taught his students to be hardworking and use their time properly. Second quality was that he maintained discipline in his classes. The third quality was that he was a patriot and he loved his country and his language. The fourth quality was that he was optimistic about his language and he believed that his language can help his people become free again. Lastly, we can say that Monsieur Hamel was a great teacher as he exercised control over the minds and hearts of his listeners. His last words, Vive la France, long live France, clearly indicate his patriotic spirit and national pride. So, in the end, we can say that Monsieur Hamel was a great teacher. He had great control on the minds and hearts of his listeners, and his last words show that he was a patriot and he loved his country very much. So, what were his qualities? That he was a good teacher, that he maintained discipline in his classes, that he was a patriot, that he loved his language and believed that his language can solve all the problems of his people. So that is all from this lesson. These are the important questions of the lessons I have. I hope these are clear to you and the lesson is clear as well. As always, I will repeat that if you find any difficulty or any difficult aspects in the lesson or in the lectures, you're free to ask in the comments. That is all for today. Have a nice day. Allah Hafiz.